Have you ever caught a young girl smiling at you and wondered why? Did you wonder if it was just a polite gesture or a signal that implied something deeper, a connection that you couldn't quite understand? In fact, we don't always recognize those subtle signs, especially older men who sometimes don't realize that they are standing before a great opportunity to explore the relationship between two different generations. And today, I want to share with you something that you may have missed all this time, something important that when you understand, everything will be clearer and brighter than ever. Trust me, this truth will surprise you, because after you grasp it, you will never have to doubt the smiles or looks you receive from young girls again from now on. You will see that these gestures are not just coincidences or common courtesy, but signals containing interest, attraction, and even desires that you have not yet realized. This is a moment, cannot miss an opportunity to change the way you look at relationships between two generations, opening up possibilities that you may have accidentally overlooked. Prepare yourself mentally, because this truth will definitely make you change the way you think and live. Have you ever wondered what really makes a man attractive? Is it the toned muscles, the youthful appearance, or the charisma of a prominent demeanor? In fact, all of those are just the tip of the iceberg. What really makes a man attractive is confidence. Confidence is not something that can be easily learned or faked. It comes from experiences, failures, and lessons learned in life. When you walk into a coffee shop, there's no need to rush, no need to worry about what others think of you. You are not racing to impress, not paying attention to the eyes of those around you. You simply walk in, enjoy the moment, and be proud of who you are. The confidence that radiates from you is something that those around you cannot help but feel. You don't need to show who you are, because your presence is enough to make all eyes turn to you. That is the attraction that not everyone can achieve. Young men may be in a hurry to prove themselves, doing everything to become the center of attention. They race against time, looking for ways to attract the eyes of others, but you are different. You have gone through enough journeys, experienced enough ups and downs to realize that attraction is not something that can be achieved by trying, but is being true to yourself, without having to rush or show off. You understand that confidence comes from mastering yourself and accepting what you have, not always having to change or renew yourself to fit outside standards, and it is that lack of haste and worry that makes you attractive. You don't need to show off or show off too much, because you know that true attraction doesn't come from the outside, but from the peace and stability inside. This is something that many young people have not realized. Confidence doesn't need to be said too much, but just radiates. Naturally, you have enough experience to understand that the more you try to impress, the further you distance yourself from yourself. But when you live authentically without having to force yourself, it is that simplicity that makes you the center of attention. So if you're looking for something to make yourself more attractive, remember that confidence and serenity in life are the most important factors. When you understand and live true to your nature, the world will automatically give you respectful looks. Young men are often caught up in a spiral of anxiety, always feeling the need to impress, to prove themselves, even to follow every trend, to get noticed. They may constantly check their phones, worry about whether they're saying the right thing, doing the right thing, keeping the conversation interesting and engaging. Every gesture, every sentence must be carefully calculated, because they fear that if they do not do something outstanding, they will be forgotten. But you are different. You have been through enough ups and downs in life to understand that attraction does not always come from trying to get others to notice you. You have a calmness that not everyone has. The feeling of peace and confidence in yourself is something you do not have to create. It comes from life experiences, from what you have learned, from a deep understanding of yourself. You don't have to pretend to be someone else to fit into society's standards or expectations. You know who you are, and that's what makes you different. When you walk into a room, you don't try to attract attention, but you can clearly feel that all eyes stop. Not because you're trying to attract attention, but because you radiate a powerful energy and undeniable charm. She sees it. She recognizes the calm, the confidence that you carry within you. Her smile is not just a polite gesture, but a recognition that you are different. That smile is admiration, her way of respecting the way you are without pretense, without show. It's like a gentle compliment that you don't need to hear, because you understand that she recognizes what you express by who you are not, by your outward actions. That's the big difference between you and those young guys who sometimes worry too much about what others think of them and feel the need to change to be accepted. You've been through enough tough times, enough trials, to realize that it's your composure, your maturity, and your ability to be true to yourself that makes you attractive. You don't have to keep up with everything around you. You just have to be yourself. And when she looks at you, her smile is proof of that, an acknowledgement that you've overcome all the pressure to be the man you are, in a world where things are constantly changing. Where uncertainty and anxiety can make people feel lost, a man who can provide a sense of stability is a rare thing. It is not just financial or professional stability, but emotional and spiritual stability is something that not everyone can give and not everyone can recognize when she smiles at you. It is not just a social response, but a deep recognition. Maybe she is feeling something that younger men cannot give, a sense of security, an inner peace that they're always looking for but cannot easily find. Young men, although full of life and enthusiasm, often lack what you have: the calmness, the stability that comes from past experiences, from understanding themselves and the world around them. When she is rushing to impress, when she is busy worrying about how she appears to others, you can bring her something different. You don't have to try to prove your worth, because you know that true stability doesn't need to be forced to show up off. It is in your serenity, in your maturity that has been forged over time, that she feels a sense of security, as if all worries or storms in life can temporarily stop when she is with you. The stability you bring is not only material, but also a solid foundation in emotions and spirit. When she is with you, she no longer has to worry about the turmoil in life, no longer has to look for a place to be sheltered. You are the place she can trust, the place where she can stop after the storms. She looks at you and sees a security that she hasn't seen in anyone else in a long time. Her smile isn't just a sign of affection, it's an acknowledgement of the difference you bring, a rare sense of peace that only truly calm and mature men can create. It's something that not everyone can bring. Not everyone can be a solid spiritual support for others, but you can. And that's what makes you so attractive and special to her. You don't have to do anything more, because your presence is all it takes. When she smiles, you know she feels something much bigger than what the naked eye can see, a stability that only time and experience can create. And that's what you bring to her. Have you ever stopped and thought that it is your life experiences that make you attractive? It is not your appearance or what you express through hasty words, but what you have lived through, the marks that life has carved deep into your soul. Every scar, every lesson, every difficult or happy moment creates a person with depth, a person who is not only attractive on the outside, but also has a rich soul when she smiles at you. Perhaps in her eyes she is wondering, what has this man been through? What stories does he have to tell? She is not only attracted to your appearance, but by something much deeper, the depth of the life you have experienced. Maybe she feels that behind every smile of yours is a colorful story. The experiences that have forged the person she is seeing. She doesn't just want to know what you do. She wants to know what you've lived, what you felt and thought along the way. This can't be faked. It's the result of a life filled with events, decisions, joys and pains that only time can bring you. Don't have to say much, just be yourself, and she'll feel it all. She's attracted to your intellect, to the wisdom you've gained from your mistakes and success in life. That understanding isn't something that can be learned from books or advice from others. It comes from the quiet moments, when you have to reflect on your choices, from the long sleepless nights when you face difficulties. These things create a depth that one can't have if one just lives an easy life without facing challenges. And that's what makes you special. Every smile, every look from her is admiration and admission that you are unlike anyone else. You are not a man who tries to hide himself behind a facade. You are a man who has dared to live his truth, to experience the ups and downs of life and stand firm. After all, she does not just see a mature man, but a man with a strong attraction, thanks to past experiences, thanks to the understanding and wisdom that only time can bring. So when she looks at you, she does not only see a man who is attractive on the outside, but also sees a sophistic depth that is hard to find in others. She knows that you are an open book with interesting stories and valuable lessons that only life can teach you. And that is what makes you special in her eyes. There are moments in life when a smile is not simply an expression of happiness or friendliness. Sometimes it is a challenge, a way for her to test you. She does not just want to see the warmth in your eyes, but also wants to know if you are steady and confident enough to face situations that are sometimes not easy for everyone to accept. A smile from her can be a way to test your composure, to see if you can maintain your composure when facing her. She wants to know if you can withstand the gentle challenges she poses, or if you will react in confusion, losing confidence as young men often do. But the special thing about you is that you are not easily defeated by such challenges. You are not in a hurry, not easily shaken. Your composure and confidence are not something you try to create, but a part of who you are. You understand that in life, sometimes the important thing is not to react quickly or do everything perfectly, but to be consistent, to be steady in every situation. When she smiles at you, you don't let yourself get lost in your emotions. Don't let anxiety or insecurity dominate you. Still keep your own rhythm, gentle but sure, not in a hurry, not straining yourself to prove anything, and it is that calmness that attracts her more than ever, when you don't change yourself just to impress, when you don't get caught up in the game of anxiety or trying to attract attention. She begins to see something deeper in you. She feels the security, the stability that you radiate. And that is what makes you special. You are not just a good-looking man, but also a man who can create a peaceful space where she can find peace in the midst of the turbulent world around her. Her smile is no longer just a test, but a recognition. She realizes that you are different from everyone else, that you have the ability to stay calm in any situation, and that is what she is looking for. She understands that confidence, composure, cannot be faked when you stay calm in a challenging moment. It makes her feel that you are a man who can be trusted, who can bring stability in a constantly changing world, and then she is even more attracted to you. Because you are a man, she can trust not only in the easy moments, but also in the challenges that life brings. There is a truth that few dare to speak, something that society often avoids when it comes to relationships between two generations. Young women are sometimes strongly attracted to older men, not because of the wealth or privileges that society ascribes to these men, but because of something much deeper. The experience, confidence, and maturity that only time can bring. When you look in the mirror, you may only see a man who has gone through many ups and downs. But she sees is something different. You are not just a man of today, but a man of a long journey, with countless lessons, memories, and experiences that have created a unique identity. Your maturity is not something that can be learned in books or through teachings. It is the result of choices, mistakes, and successes that have built a strong and wise person. You have a confidence that not everyone can have, because you know who you are and have lived through enough storms to realize what is really important. When you walk into a room, there is no need to show off. No need to show off too much, because your calmness, your composure is what makes all eyes turn to you. That is the attraction that cannot be imitated, cannot be pretended to have, and it is that confidence, that maturity that attracts her when she looks at you. It is not just your appearance, but also what you carry in your soul. She feels that you are not a man chasing after illusions, not a man who only lives for the present, but also has insight into the past and the future. You are a man who has had enough experiences to know what peace is, what truth is, and what lasting values are, and that even though she doesn't say it, is what makes her unable to take her eyes off you. Maybe when she smiles at you, it's not just a simple smile, it's an acknowledgement of all that you've been through, a respect for things that you may not have realized in yourself. That smile is an admission that she doesn't just see an older man, but a man full of mystery, full of the charm that only time and experience can create. You're not just a man through time, but a man of value with the charm that only those who are truly mature can feel. And because of that, you become a role model, someone she can't help but be attracted to. The next time a young woman smiles at you, don't be so quick to dismiss it as an unconscious gesture or a simple courtesy. Take a moment to consider that behind that smile there may be genuine admiration, curiosity about you, and even attraction that you haven't realized yet. That smile is not just a natural reflex, but can be a compliment, a recognition of something you have shown without trying. You don't have to change yourself. You don't have to do anything to attract attention. You don't have to rush to follow society standards or expectations. True attraction comes from being true to yourself, from the confidence you radiate without trying to show it. What you have been through, the lessons you have learned, and the maturity you have gained in each step of your life are what make you special. And when she looks at you, she doesn't just see a mature man, but also sees the peace and stability that only those who have experienced enough ups and downs in life can bring. So remember that your charm does not come from what you do, but from who you really are. Don't hesitate to receive a smile from her, because it can be an acknowledgement of your charm, an appeal that you have not yet realized. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments section. We will continue to bring you more interesting content.